Hello, and welcome back to Butterfly Soup 2. Look what I found. A relic of an old time. I have all 4. I haven't revisited this since I was like in junior high. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Are they still good? I don't know. I read Yotsubato not that long ago. I was like keeping up with that. That was pretty good. So who knows? Maybe I should revisit junior high memories of Azumanga Daioh. This game reminded me of it, so when I found it, I was like, oh. Anyway, today we are back with Noelle. We're starting Noelle's little journey. So we'll see what's up with our girl. You ready to get started? Let's go. Okay, so we're in the school. First phrase is mirror. We have this. Leite. We have this one. I feel like these two. I think actually all of these exist, but I don't know any of these. This is a counter? Like a counter, not like a kitchen counter. And then this one, you don't need the small, you don't need the coal. You don't need this part. You just need this, and that's mirror. So Chinese and a Japanese, well, because they're both kanji, right? So there's an overlap. But a lot of times Chinese is simplified, and then I don't know what the heck it is. But yeah, fun little fact. I think most people know that though. Anyway. Noelle copies down the unfamiliar characters on the board, stroke by stroke. What did it look like again? Noelle is so cutie. Those little stars are so cute. That's this one. I feel like if you don't know any kanji, you're in trouble. You're in trouble, ne? You're in trouble. Because you have to, you know... if it was a different language, I would not remember what it is. It's this one. Noelle writes it down, then checks it against the words on the board. I got it right. Now for the next one. I'll help you out, Noelle. Well, for this. Oh god, see, I don't know this. The next phrase is admit. This one? Oh, do we? I don't know. This one? I don't know at all. This one? No. No, never mind. I don't think it has this left radical. It's a different radical on the left. Something, isn't this the kanji in kakunin? I don't know for sure. I don't think so. I think this part's different. Okay, remember it. Yeah, remember it, you guys. Remember it. I'm not gonna cheat. Oh god. You should already recognize. I think it is in kakunin. What the heck? Oh, this one I know. No, I don't know. Never mind. I don't know any of these. This one you see a lot in the Chinese. I don't know any of these. The meaning is to bear or to carry. Yeah, okay. This would be easier if Chinese words used an alphabet like most languages. Yeah, well. I think if you know a lot of kanji though, like, if you can break down the radicals, sometimes that helps you, right? So, well, for me, that's how I got through school, some of school. But at the end of the day, even if maybe you can kind of figure out what the meaning could be, you don't know how to say it. That causes a lot of problems. It infuriates me how you can't tell how a Chinese character is pronounced by the way it looks. Yeah, that to me is really hard. That is hard. Nah. You're forced to learn every single word twice, how it sounds and what it looks like. It's wildly inefficient. But, I will say, well, it's gotta be double speed for Chinese, I think. But once you know the kanji and you can recognize it right away, it makes reading really, really fast. Because you just go boom, 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 and you know. That's one thing that's pretty cool about it, I think. And you can get a lot of meaning in a very short space. The other thing too is sometimes you remember what the character looks like in your brain, but then if you ask to write it, it's like I don't know, if you don't fully have it in your mind, like you know it on lock, sometimes you can't write it. And that's a very frustrating experience where you're just like, oh my god, if I saw it I would know, and then you're trying to figure out how to write, you cannot write, you have to look it up. That happens all the time for me because I never write kanji ever. Hand. I'm usually typing it, so... And then when you type it, it comes up, you're like, oh, it's that one. But you're not, looking at each stroke, you know? A couple hours into lesson, a kid toward the back of the room raises his hand. Teacher, how many Chinese characters are there? Alright, you want to guess? I'm gonna say, 500,000 or something, a lot. A lot. Oh, this is different, too. Oh, okay. It's interesting to see what kanji is, the same and which ones they've simplified? Is this a simplification? It feels like it is. No, I was not close. I said 500,000. I was not close. At least 80,000. 80,000? Don't worry, most educated people only know about 8,000. Oh, 8,000 only. That feels doable. That feels doable. Maybe not for a child, but like, it feels like that's doable to me. 8,000 is still a mind-boggling number. You can do it, Noelle. You know how many like vocab words we know? A lot. Don't underestimate child's brain. Yeah. They are like little sponges, absorb. Oh my god, why is this everyone's kitchen? Why is this everyone's kitchen? Why is this everyone's kitchen? And these chairs? My grandma has like all of these chairs. This is everyone's kitchen. After school, Noelle does her weekly packet of Chinese homework at the kitchen table. I spent every Saturday since kindergarten tediously memorizing a few characters at a time, but it's barely even made it down. After all these years, I still can't even read a book or the newspaper. Newspaper, ne? Don't worry about that. I don't think I will ever be able to read Japanese newspaper, and I've come to terms with that. At this pace, it's hard to imagine I'll ever be able to. You will. I think so. Oh my god, this is the first time we saw Mama. This is the first time we saw Mama. The first time we ever saw Mama was only like a shadow, right? Shadowy figure, but this time we see the whole face. Why does Mom stress me out really bad? Noelle, what is this? What is this shirt? What are you wearing? I like the little coat though. Okay, anyway. Noelle looks up to see her mom holding a sample packet of pads and tampons she got from school. Excuse me, what? You got pads and tampons for free at school? NorCal is better than SoCal? What? This needs to happen, by the way, because they're expensive. Oh, that's from the sex ed talk we had in class. I definitely didn't receive anything. I had to go to school, what, 6th grade or something like that? Late elementary school. You go to school, like late when it's dark out. So maybe like 5 or 6 or 7, I don't know. You watch a video. I didn't know what was going on. And then you leave. And my mom never talked with me till later. But they should give you that, so you know, like, what to, I don't know, what to do. You know what I mean? It's good prep. I think so. It's very important, eh? From a sex ed talk we had in class, the girls received a presentation about menstruation. The school gave you this. Using a tampon is the same as having sex. Oh my god, why are there so many, like, people who think this? There's so many people who think this, and it's very, no, and that's also not helpful. That's not what the teacher giving the talk said. It's just a tool for absorbing blood. Yes. No, you'll be able to feel it the whole time, and it goes into... Her mom can't even bear to say it. If you... Fun fact, if you put it in correctly, you will not feel it. If you put it in incorrectly, you will feel it. You have to learn that. But that's another reason why these kind of things are really important. Because what my nail fell. When you're a baby, when you're preteen, you don't know these things. So you put it in wrong and you don't know. It's not like you're doing that yourself. You don't know. Oh, is it always supposed to feel like that? No, it's not. So now you know. It's the same as having sex with a man. The woman giving the talk said plenty of girls use it. Yeah. I think most people in America... No, I don't know if that's true. I think the tampons here in America, way more popular. And when I was going to school and stuff, like, everybody used tampon. And it was weirdly like, yeah, did you hear about Becky? She still uses pads. And I remember being like, oh my god. Like, it feeling like if you used pads, you were still like a baby. You were a baby. Which is not true, so... It doesn't matter. Whatever you want to use. You want to use those little cups? Good for you. Good for the environment. You use the cups. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. You're not a baby if you use the pads. But at my high school in particular, it was like, oh, if you heard a pad crinkling in the bathroom, it was like, guess someone couldn't level up. I don't know, it's stupid. It was really stupid. But that was my high school experience. But when you go to Japan, there's like no pad, or no tampon, like, at all. I don't think I've ever seen a tampon in Japan. They always have these pads, and the pads are really funky. To me, they're not as good, personally, but maybe I just don't know the right ones. But yeah, Pad City, USA is Japan, and I personally think it's because Japan has that kind of thinking of like, oh, you will not be a virgin anymore, which, again, it's not true. It's not true, just, you know. And American girls get their periods so early because they're thinking sexual thoughts at a young age. Well, I guess that's what happened to me then, I suppose. It definitely works like that. It definitely was before I got my period. I was definitely thinking that kind of stuff. Yep, that totally is normal. Normal makes sense. It's not natural. You shouldn't be thinking about these things until you're married. This is a hard way to grow up, ne? After throwing away the immoral tampons, her mom goes off. Oh god. Waste, what a waste. Just donate them or something. Her mom goes off to the living room to watch a Chinese variety show. It's hard growing up trusting very little of your parents' judgment. Yeah, that is hard. My mom doesn't believe in mental illness, yet genuinely believes in superstitions like auspicious dates, and no amount of proof or argument can sway her. Is Chinese society just decades behind the West? I have yet to meet a white person whose mind works this way. Noelle glances over at the show her mom is watching. I personally think, though, it's not so much that... I think this is a universal thing. That, like, it just depends on which superstition. So, like, Chinese auspicious date, maybe that's the superstition for China, right? Or something like that. But, like, American people have their own superstition and their own things like that, too. Certain type groups of people or certain people are more just predisposed to like a superstition things or cannot have their mind be changed, that kind of stuff, you know. I think that exists in any culture anywhere. Nah. Noelle glances over at the show her mom's watching. Oh my god. Why is like all Asian TV like this though, by the way? Because Japanese TV is totally like this too. They have the freaking name tag or whatever, the stuff on the screen. Stuff on the screen though, it helps you so much understand what's going on. For me. I'm better at reading, me. Anyway. Colorful words and cartoons fly across the screen as a cheesy sound effect plays. Oh, Chinese though, you need to have the subtitle at the bottom because not everyone has the same, like a Mandarin and Cantonese. Right? This is Mandarin, right? I'm like almost positive, but I don't speak Chinese, so I don't know for sure. So tacky. It's one of those shows where they interview the panel of foreigners who barely speak Mandarin. Oh. They have these too. Noelle cringes as silly boing noises overlaid with the host's jokes. They're just laughing at foreigners for not understanding the questions they've been asked, though. It's a real ass thing in Japan, too. They do that same kind of thing. Why is this popular? It's so juvenile and embarrassing. Although, for me, because I don't speak Chinese or really know anything, I don't, like, if there's somebody who's foreigner speaking with somebody who's, like, fluent speaking or native speaking, I can't tell the difference at all. I have no idea. I feel like I'm losing brain cells as I listen to this. Disgusted, Noelle turns to scrutinizing the impenetrable paragraph of Chinese she's supposed to be analyzing for homework. What am I even going to use Chinese for? Watching dribble like that? No, if you ever go, or, I don't know, school. Put it on a resume or something, I don't know, something. How can you study when this is going on in the background? I can't, if I hear anything, I cannot study. I have no interest in backwards culture that produced my pathetic, narrow-minded parents. Okay, well, I don't know if you want to blame all of... Okay, when a commercial break comes on, she throws down her pencil. I want to quit Chinese school. Her mom whirls around from the couch, alarmed. What? Why? I hate it. It always takes up my entire Saturday. Oh my god, I'm so worried. If I have children, I want them to go to Japanese school. It's very important to me. But everyone I know that has been in a foreign language school, they don't mind it at first, and then when they're around Noelle's age, they're like, I'm not freaking doing this anymore, Mom! And either they quit, or they like begrudgingly go and like resent their parents. I don't want to do that to my kid, but I also want my kid to know Japanese. It's like really important to me. Man. They assign so much homework every week on top of the regular homework I get from school. Noelle's dad looked up disapprovingly from the newspaper he's reading. Oh, the dad is here! Oh, what does dad look like? Oh my god, dad is cute! Dad is cute! Dad is not what I thought dad would look like. Eh? Dad! Dad is cute. Dad is cute. I like those glasses. Well, you can't quit. What kind of Chinese person can't even speak Chinese? We'll lose face if you don't learn. Other people will think we're bad parents. Why does it matter what other people think? I'm the one whose limited time is being sucked away by it. My opinion should be the one that matters the most. No, you have to listen to your parents. Why is Dad so cute? Dad is cute. Dad is cute. Dad is cute. It's for your own good. You're too young to understand. I like this color scheme. Matching glasses with your shirt, and I like this like dusty purple color. Come on, Dad. Fashion plate, Dad. Okay. Oh, sorry. I'm really raking the mood. Almost nothing drives Noelle up a wall more than being told she's not old enough to understand something. Yeah, I can understand. That's especially for someone like Noelle. Oh my god. Stop treating me like some feeble-minded little kid. I read at college level already. It doesn't matter. You don't have the life experience yet. Some things you can only know from being as old as your parents are. I think too, for kids, where you can, I think it's good not to dismiss children like this, you know what I mean? There's different ways you can explain instead of this. It's kind of like stop talking kind of feeling, you know? What, so just because you're older than me, you're automatically smarter than I am? Yes. I don't accept that. It's your culture. You can't just throw it away. Yes, I can. It's a poorly constructed, archaic language. That's not true. If it's so bad, how come it's worked for thousands of years? You should take more pride in your culture. What is there to be proud of? I'm stuck learning the worst, most pointlessly complicated language in the world. Exasperated, Noelle's parents exchange a look. You're still going to Chinese school. We already paid for your classes this year. Can I quit at the end of the year then? If you still feel this way by the end of the year... Oh, fine, you can quit. That's good, that's good. I can? Oh. Huh? No, she can't? Think about it. If she goes to Chinese school with that kind of attitude, she won't learn anything anyway. Yeah, it's true. It's true, but I also know people who, they were forced to regardless, so it just kind of wastes everyone's time, you know, and money. It's impossible to teach someone who doesn't want to be educated. We might as well at least save money. Yes, the end of the year is pretty far away, but at least the end is in sight now. Quitting Chinese school will significantly free up my schedule. I can probably read a few more books every week. The other thing too, I don't know, because see, I feel like, ideally, I think it's good to let the child kind of explore the culture more on their term versus like being pushed upon you. But my experience, the way I was raised was my mom was very like, look, do whatever you want with that kind of stuff, right? She didn't really care. And she was somebody who was like, I'm not doing any of this. So she bailed out of Japanese school, so she doesn't like any Japanese. And doesn't regret it. Like, she feels like, whatever, this is not my culture, I don't really care, and feeling sort of about like that. And I think a good part of that has to do with the racism that she had faced. It's like, I don't want this because this means, you know, getting a lot of shit, right? But I think there can be a way where it's balanced too. You know what I mean? It feels like a shame Noelle just wants to distance herself. Although, from this perspective at this age, I totally understand. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to feel like it's something like an obligation. But, I don't know. I could probably read a few more books every week. It'll be so worth it. When I'm older, I'll be so thankful that I quit. But I also know people that quit because they were like, I don't want to do this, Mom. And they regret it. Some other family member also quit and they're like, oh, I shouldn't have quit. But it's too late now. Noelle is so elated that she doesn't even mind being dragged along to 99 Ranch with her mom. A trip she normally gripes is a waste of time. What? 99 Ranch is great. As they browse the fishball aisle, her mom's Nokia rings. Oh my god, Nokia. She quickly brings it to her ear. Hello? There's a pause. Her mom's face falls. What is it? Mama passed away! Grandma! To find out in a store is bad. Oh, I know I should be sad, but I haven't seen my grandmother for years. I never had a real conversation with her before. It's like being told a stranger died. Ninth grade. Spring break. Oh, spring break. When is spring break? March or April? I don't remember. Noelle isn't allowed to close her bedroom door, so she's on high alert as she uses the computer. Oh my god, so many of my friends, even actually me, if I closed the door, I had to have a specific reason why. That is a real thing, I think. Right? It sounds like my mother's busy washing vegetables in the kitchen. Here's my chance. What are you doing? Good. This is good. Noelle, good. This is good. Although, maybe her parents don't know how to use the search, or like the history. Maybe Noelle knows how to clear the history. That's something you need to learn as a teen, eh? You need to be more tech savvy than your parents when it's like this kind of lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? I skimmed this page once as a research after Akarsha started insisting Dia and Min-Seo, I still want to say Seo, I'm sorry, Min-Seo were romantically involved. But I'm positive there was no mention of it being possible for two women to have sexual relations. Oh, Noelle. I would have remembered it. I think we clicked the lesbian hyperlink. I don't think the sexual intercourse hyperlink is going to help us, but you never know. No, you already read the Wikipedia article. Don't waste time. You only have limited time. Noelle scrolls through the page. Most of this page just details historical lesbian relationships. Oh, frig. That's all we're here for. They live such tragic, tortured lives. I hope Dia knows what she signed up for. Before the late 19th century, the word lesbian referred to a derivative or aspects of lesbos, including a type of wine. In 1980, however, the term was used as a medical dictionary as an adjective to describe tribadism as lesbian love, the sexual gratification of two women by simulating intercourse. What on earth is tribadism? I don't know what that is either. Is it the finger thing Min-Seo was referring to? The finger thing? Yeah, what is this? A page opens. At the top, there's a simple illustration of two naked women scissoring. Oh! What is this? This is so risque. Noelle breaks into a feverish sweat as she reads the page as quickly as possible. Then, in a panic, Noelle closes the tab, erases her web history, and shuts her computer down. Min-Seo was right. I can't believe it. Should such erotic content be allowed on Wikipedia, anyone can read it. I must destroy all evidence that I've ever visited that page. Should I uninstall the browser? Delete my user profile? Perhaps set the computer on fire for good measure? Noelle! This better not awaken anything in me. I think maybe too late. Noelle jumps in her chair when she receives a text. Check your phone. Don't be scared of awakenings. That's what I have to say to you. Don't be scared of awakenings. Is it just me, or does King DDD look kind of... No! I don't want to click anymore! I don't want to click anymore! Akarsha, no! Or does King DDD look kind of sexy in this drawing? This is the one? No, he looks mad. Girl. Anyone else? Hello? Anyone care to raise a hand? You're insane. Would anyone else hit it? Hello? Noelle? Banging on your door. If you would F King DD, a penguin. You're braver than a US Marines. Dia has left. Min has left. Well, why are you like this? I'm so bored. I've been stuck at home all day. Unfortunately for you, I can't entertain you for long either. I have to leave for the airport soon. Where are you going? Noelle! Oh yeah, you're visiting Taiwan. Taiwan! Ah! How long are you gonna be there again? Wait, Taiwan! Taiwan! No. I don't know. Is it Mandarin? Is it Cantonese? Is it a different one that I don't know? I know there's other ones that I don't know the names of. I can't say I know much about Taiwan. I would like to. How long are you gonna be there again? I'll be there for an entire week. My mom and I will return Sunday afternoon. Oh, Taiwan. My dad is staying for an additional week for business purposes. Can I still message you when you're there? Do you have to use a VPN or something? No, as long as I have internet access, we should be able to chat like usual. Oh, really? But isn't there hella censorship? There's something like that in Taiwan. It's not as if I'm going to China. Right. Also, what's the difference between China and Taiwan again? Taiwan is island. Taiwan has... How is it now, though? I don't know. I know... No, I'm not going to say anything. Shot. I mean, I know Taiwan's an island. Taiwan has its own identity. And it's very bad to say, like, call somebody who's from Taiwan Chinese. They want to be Taiwanese. That's, like, all I know. That it's like, disrespectful. We interrupt this gameplay of Butterfly Soup 2 to bring you some very, very rudimentary history of China and Taiwan. You ready? I felt bad I didn't know anything, so I linked the article down below in case you're interested, but the very, generalized situation is Taiwan was indigenous people, back in the day, and then in the 17th century, they became part of the Chinese Empire. Then, during the First Sino-Japanese War, the China had lost, and then they seceded Taiwan to Japan, and then it remained under Japanese colony until the end of World War II. So that's a freaking long time, yo. And then after that, once World War II is over, then there was a civil war between nationalists and Chinese Communist Party. The nationalists lost that, and then they fled to Taiwan, and the nationalists lived there. And then the Chinese Communist Party like Beijing, you know, that kind of thing. It changed from the CCP to PRC, and PRC is what we have to this day. And the thing I did know is that Taiwan isn't recognized as like its own independent country by most world governments, and I know that that's like a very obviously, like if you feel like this is my identity, we are Taiwanese people, and like nobody in the world is like recognizing that, I can't imagine how frustrating that would be. And as far as like for China, feel like this is part, we own this, you guys lost, so this is ours too. And so they see it as like, oh, this is all China, this is all of us. And Taiwan is like, no, we have this, we at least have this. And after what happened in Hong Kong, some people are kind of worried like, it's going to be like that here. That was the thing that I wasn't sure about how it is now, because I thought, well, after what happened in Hong Kong, like, has something changed in that situation? I don't want to talk too much about current events because once this is up, I don't know when people are going to see it, and I don't know what's going to be current anymore. Plus, I feel like since I literally don't know that much aside from just like reading a few articles, I feel like I don't want to comment too much on something that's very, very serious when I don't have the understanding. So I encourage you to do more research on your own as well. But I just felt like it was important to have a little bit of something because I don't know how many of people are also like me who kind of was like, oh, I don't know anything. So this is a very, very like a little teaspoon of information for you. But is it like, you said you were shot, yet you're still talking like nothing happened? Its own country? I have high pain tolerance. No, you don't. Anyway, I tried to ask in geography class once and everyone started arguing. Everyone started arguing because it's a political question. Whether Taiwan is part of China or a separate country is an extremely controversial issue. Ah, I see. Why though? To be honest, I'm not clear on the details. As I understand it, the dispute is a result of a civil war that was never properly resolved. I see. So some people in China feel like, oh, it's not separate, it's ours, it has been ours. And then people from Taiwan feel like, no. And that's the issue? I don't know. So are you Taiwanese or Chinese? Or both? Well, I went to Chinese school as a child, and my parents told me Chinese folktales. Is that how it works? Just because I speak English doesn't mean I'm English. To be frank, I'm floundering because I've never given it any thought. Whoops. I didn't mean to give you an identity crisis. Even if I say I'm Taiwanese, hardly anyone knows what that means, even other East Asians. My cousin's ex is Taiwanese, but I, like, met her one time. And then my dad was like, oh, you're Chinese? And then that was the end of that. Like, she was so upset, and I was like, okay, I learned something today. I don't know why he said that to her, though. But I remember him being like, oh my god, I didn't know. Like, well, you should apologize. And that kind of sounds like how most Americans don't really get desi identities. How so? Like, they think about it based on country. Like, you're Pakistani or Indian, etc. But the countries weren't split on racial lines. Like, an Indian Punjabi isn't really the same ethnicity as an Indian Guju, sorry. But it's all the same to non-desis because they don't know the difference. You're right, I don't know the difference. I know though, like in India, there are so many different, like you can have like a map of India, but then you can map it out by like racial groups, and it's like completely different zones. Or I was watching some movie and some like child boarded a train and he got off the train because he like fell asleep or something, and completely different language, and he was like stuck there, and I got really stressed out watching this. Oh, you're right. I don't know the difference. Wait, I know. The answer to what you are? French. What is it? You're French. Because you're Frenchman? That doesn't help me at all? No? No. Later that day, Noelle sits in the back seat as her dad drives them to the airport. She feels a flash of rage when she sees a passing car sporting a proud parent of an honor roll student bumper sticker. Why would you brag about such an unremarkable accomplishment on your car? You're supposed to be on honor roll. It's like buying a bumper sticker that says, my child breathes air. My parents would never even bother mentioning such a banal thing. There's a jealousy there, I think. Noelle's mom squints at the airport signage as it passes them by. Noelle, watch for the signs for us. Is this the San Francisco airport? Because, oh my god, I have been to that airport so many times in my life. Why me? I don't even know how to drive. This is before. See? It's this big mass of vroom. It's this vroom building. I don't like San Francisco Airport, although it's better than LAX. Anything's better than LAX. You were born here? You read faster than us. Alright. How is it that after living here for 20 years, they still haven't mastered English? My mom can't even speak English well enough to carry a conversation with a stranger. What have they been doing this whole time? Which way is parking? Which lane? Just follow the arrows, turn right. See, even though I have a PhD... What kind of a PhD, Papa? Even though I have a PhD, ever since you were in 2nd grade, you could read highway signs faster than me. Good thing we have Noelle with us, the signs go by so fast. Noelle's dad scratches his head as she directs him through the airport's labyrinthian roads. This freaking airport, let me tell you, this freaking airport. Did you know the San Francisco airport, if you have the, the cell phone lot where you like wait for somebody and whatever, it's not anywhere near this freaking airport. Did you know that? You have to get back on the freeway and then take the next exit and drive all the way down. And then by the time you get to the lot, the person is already there and you have to drive back. It's a very bad airport. Nah, I don't like it. Where is it? It feels like we're just going in circles. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to feel, Papa. We're not. See that sign there? The parking's past the cargo area. Do I turn here? Also, almost every single time I go to airport, somebody picks me up or drops me off. Like, I never had to park my car and leave it there and go somewhere and come back and get the car. I'm lucky. But it's because I take a lot of people to the airport, so they owe me. Noelle's heart stops as her dad starts to turn into a street labeled with "Do Not Enter." It says, "Do not enter, keep straight!" Oh. Her dad swerves sharply to stay in his lane. Noelle massages her temples, her heart pounding. I'm surrounded by illiterate idiots. Why does it rest on me, a literal child, to ensure we don't drive into oncoming traffic? They have endless energy when it comes to obsessing over my studies. Why can't they work on their own English instead? As the car rolls into the parking lot, Noelle jolts up in her seat. Wait, this isn't the correct garage. Turn around! Huh? How do you know? That sign says premium parking. Oh my god, you're gonna pay like $500 a night. Well, not really, but a lot. It'll be a lot. Premium means something of exceptional quality, superior. So, isn't that good? Not right now when we are looking for a regular run-of-the-mill parking lot. In this context, premium parking means special parking that's more expensive. Oh, make a U-turn! We're going to miss our flight! Noelle's mom sighs as the car makes a series of turns. This would have been easier if you could talk to us in Chinese. This would have been easier if your English was better too. Noelle crosses her arms in the back seat, fuming. Why am I the one responsible for making sure we're not separated by a language barrier? This is tough for the children, eh? You were the ones who chose to move here in the first place. It is tough for the children to feel kind of like a constant translator or something like that. 16-hour yabai. Taipei! I want to travel, you guys. I want to travel. Look at these cute plants. They're so swirly. So cute. Noelle and her parents take a taxi from the airport to an alley lined with parked scooters. This must be Ah Gong's apartment, Grandpa. We're staying there for a week. For the week. Is ah like a o in Japanese, like oji-san, or o is the honorific, the ah? I don't know. Maybe not. But I just wonder. Her mom presses the buzzer. We're here. Come in, come in. After huffing and puffing up 4 stories of stairs, Noelle is drenched in sweat. Wait, when are you going? Oh, you're cutie. I like da-ai. Hey. Oh, you're cutie too. Jun-Hua. I think I'm saying right. I feel confident. I don't know why I feel confident, but I feel confident. Yeah, you're finally here. Cute. This is a cute family. Cute family. Cute family. Cute family. Jun-Hua, you've grown so big. Yeah, I must have been in elementary school last time you saw me. So cute. This must be one of my cousins. Noelle, don't be rude. Introduce yourself in Chinese. Hi, everyone. I'm for Lei Ying. My pronunciation is so atrocious. I don't know if they can even understand me. Chinese, ne? Chinese, ne? Chinese is hard because of the tones. 4 tones, right? 4 tones per each kanji character, right? I think so. 4 tones. Up. This one. Down. And the one that goes this, it's down and up or up and down? I forgot. I forgot. I want to learn Chinese. I do. I don't think it's ever gonna happen. It's so hard. It's hard. I need to just get better at Japanese before I'm trying to add more. What'd you say? Oh, Grandpa's so cute. Grandpa's cute. This is a cute family, ne? Agong. What'd you say? Well, I am Leite. Can I just talk in English? Agong doesn't speak English. He only knows Japanese. Oh, he knows Japanese! Oh, oh, Grandpa! He only knows Japanese, Taiwanese, and Mandarin. Oh, Taiwanese. Ara. Taiwanese. Ara, Taiwanese. Taiwanese is completely different? Or Taiwanese is like a Mandarin, Cantonese. Where... No, it must be because it's still kanji, right? Same if you can read it. Everyone can read the same. But Mandarin, Taiwanese, Cantonese all pronounce different, right? I think so. I don't know so. I think so. Even the Mandarin, he's nearly forgotten. That's fine. Yeah. Grandpa has lived a long time, ne? Da'ai gestures to her daughter. At her daughter. She's wearing thick glasses and carrying a huge brick of book. Noelle, you speak English with Jun-Seo. She wants to go college in America, so she's very happy practice speaking. Yes, you can call me literature. Is that a name she chose herself? Chinese people have such odd taste in English names. It's kind of cute though, I like it. That's alright, Jun-Seo is fine. We are the same ages, right? Who do you think is more tall? Jun-Seo eagerly stands back to back with Noelle so the others can judge. Wait, you're standing on your tiptoes, that's cheating. Huh? No, I am not. Wow, you two are the exact same height. They're both skin and bones. They really are cousins. One US version, one Taiwan version. It's cute. Oh. This, what's it called? Well, I guess that makes sense because I think Japan just stole them, right? But like every country has like a kanji associated with it. Same. Same. Well, you can use a different one for no, well, this is the one I think of. Noelle glances at Jun-Seo and realizes with a start that she's right. It's like meeting a version of myself from a universe where my parents never went to America. That would be freaky. This would be freaky. I never thought of this. Because the relatives that I have in Japan aren't like this closely tied. So you can see, I can see my, like a grandpa's nose, or I don't know, that's a bad example. You can see some trait where you're like, okay, I see how I'm related to you. But as far as like, especially me, when I look at my face and I look at my relative face in Japan, I don't see really any like close. But I feel like you can see a similarity. And looking at, I don't know, that would be so weird. I can't imagine. I can't imagine. A stranger with my face. You're sure I'm not taller? Yes, we're sure. Grandpa doesn't know what's happening. That must be Taiwanese. Oh, I thought he was just questioning. This is a unknown. Oh, so we don't know if Taiwanese. I don't know. I want to see it. Jun-Seo gives him an affectionate hug as Noelle awkwardly watches from the sidelines. Meanwhile, the adults launch into an animated conversation in Taiwanese. What does Taiwanese sound like? I want to know. I wonder what they're talking about. How come my grandpa knows Japanese? I want to know. My Taiwanese is even worse than my Mandarin. I don't know a single word. Actually, wait, isn't agong Taiwanese? Oh, they didn't cover it in Chinese school. Could it be a term exclusively used in Taiwan? This is bad, ne? This is bad. Because, like, it's hard enough to learn a different language. And then you have this, like, this extra layer that makes it even more complicated. That is very difficult, ne? I think so. It's really a special sort of confusion, not knowing what language you're speaking. Da'ai leads Noelle's parents to the spare bedroom so they can put away their luggage. This reminds me of how I used to assume Japanese curry was a Chinese dish because my mom made it regularly. If you have a distant relationship with your parents, your culture becomes a nebulous cloud. Isn't it Chinese to believe pseudoscience? Is it Chinese to have an outdated and sexist worldview? I think this is one of these examples, ne? This is one of these examples. For me personally, this is how I've navigated it. You do what you want. I feel like when you have a culture that's attached to you that may have some like funkiness to it, and let me tell you, Japan has the funkiness, okay? Well, we don't want to get into that, but they do a lot of stuff that I am very, very not happy with. Now and back in the day. I think what you do in those situations is you take what fits for you and you leave the rest behind. That's what I have done. It's not that you just go, oh, that's not, Japan's perfect. That other stuff, we're not looking at that. We're just ignoring that. No, you don't do that. You own that there's outdated and sexist worldviews in Japan, I'm sure in China, everywhere they have their own special unique sauce of it, and I think you can acknowledge it and also go, I'm not going to take on these things. I don't care about having, a firstborn son or whatever the hell. Like, I don't care about that. So that is maybe a tradition thing that's very strong in my family that I'm throwing away in the garbage where it belongs. I think that's how you have to form your own identity as, like, I don't know. To me, that's how I view it. Like, this is new Japanese American way of culture. Or food I don't like it for New Year, I just don't make it anymore. I don't freaking care. I'm not going to do it. Just because tradition is there doesn't mean that you necessarily have to use it, especially if it's going to put you into a box or make you feel bad or whatever. If you don't like it, it doesn't suit you. I don't think you need to keep it. I don't think that's a hot take, but I truly believe this, so yes. Or is it that just my parents in my particular? I think people have it, and maybe your parents have it more. You get to define what makes you Chinese or what makes you Japanese or what makes you whatever. I think you get to define that. Yeah. How do I distinguish between things peculiar to my life and Chinese culture? I think the only way you can do that is learn more about the culture, right? Jun-Hua brightly takes a seat next to Noelle, like outside of your parents. Anything you have questions about, you can ask me. Ask her! Ask about the area. Tell me about the surrounding area. Jun-Hua is a cute name, though. I like it. Let's look outside. Oh, 7-Eleven! I bet their 7-Eleven is better than our 7-Eleven. Japan's 7-Eleven is so much better than our 7-Eleven. Jun-Hua goes over to the window and points at as Noelle peers outside the street below. That way is my house, and me and my mom, we walk over all the time. You must live pretty close by if you're able to come on foot. Yes, we are only a few streets away from Agong. Every weekend, me and my cousins spend here. That's so different from my experience. When you are all settled, the 7-Eleven, we go and grab breakfast. Please come. Please show me the inside of 7-Eleven, please. Breakfast from 7-Eleven. What, you never had it? It's good. Is it? It won't be all greasy? See, Noelle, you're learning something today, aren't you? You can get tofu and all sorts of good stuff. 7-Eleven! No, they have fresh egg. Fresh tea egg. What is a tea egg? Egg cooked in tea? I would eat that. I would eat the heck out of that. Oh, fresh tea eggs! Hot yams! Ooh, who doesn't love a hot yam? Oden! God, they have oden in Taiwan? You don't want oden. You don't want oden. I don't like oden. If you want a prepackaged breakfast, they'll heat it for you too. In America, is it not like that? Hell no. No, American 7-Elevens are just junk food stores. Jun-Hua points at the train as it rushes by. There's a train station near to us. Will you take it a lot? You don't use the car to get around? Not much. When we can't use the train, we ride our scooter. What else do you want to know? Oh, okay. What are you reading? I like this dress, by the way. I think, or at least top. I like it. Nice color. It's a Chinese translation of a Russian novel. Which one? What it's called in English, I don't know. Brothers. Brother. This is a husband. Older brother, younger brother, something, I don't know. This is to help. This is a horse. And these I have no, what the heck? I definitely don't know. This one I don't know. I don't know. This one and this one, I know for sure is not kanji. This looks simplified. Nah. I think it's good that they simplify though. Sometimes Japan should simplify too. Something brothers. See, I told you, brothers, nah. There's brothers and it's Russian. The brothers Karamazov. Oh, I bet. See? Well, I don't know. But Ma, you could do Ma for horse. Anyway. Yes, that sounds correct. I've read it before too. Oh, bonding! This is exciting. I've never met anyone else my age who's read it. I never even heard of this book. Did you like it? The religious themes were a little interest to me, but I found some of its other ideas thought-provoking. For example, it argues that humans are so deeply shaped by others that everyone bears some responsibility for the sins of everyone else. Everything we do is a result of a huge interwoven chain of reaction of human interactions, and as a result, crime is never truly one person's fault. Oh. It's a societal failure. Oh. Yeah, I feel like that's too hard of a thing to explain to someone who they're trying to learn English, and then you're gonna talk about like a huge concept like that. I would get lost too, you know? To Noelle's disappointment, Chunghua nods, looking lost. I think shorter sentences are better. And when you're talking about like those kind of concepts that are not so tangible, that to me is, I still feel like I get lost a lot if people talk like that. If this was in Japanese, I don't think I would get it, kind of thing. It depends on what it is. I see. Guess what I said if it was beyond her English level? I need to scale back to a simpler topic. Yeah. Do you like reading? I like reading. Are you nerdy? The sudden question baffles Noelle. Yes, I suppose so. Good, me too. On the wall, there's even a photo of me that... That what? Actually, I changed my mind. What is it? Chua, what is it? Don't look too much at photos on the wall. They're embarrassing. Well, I want to see. Show me. What else do you want to know? Tell me about the photos. Okay, if you're sure. They go over to look at the pictures on the wall. The first one is Agong and Tsinghua at the park. There's a small chestnut-colored warbler. What is that? Warbler? Sitting on Tsinghua arm. That bird. Oh, a bird! A bird! A warbler bird! Okay. That bird at the park, we found him abandoned. It was because he fell out of his nest and broke his wing. Oh no. After it got better, we taught him to fly so he could go back to the wild. Oh, that's very nice. Yeah. That's very noble of you. It was Agong's idea. Grandpa is a nice grandpa. He's quiet, but he is so nice, actually. You seem very close to your grandpa. Your grandpa! He's your grandpa, too. Oh, that's right. Wait, whose side of the family is this again? This is mom's side. Right? Is this the grandpa that lost his wife? Is it the same? Maybe. Oh, that's right. I don't know. To hide her embarrassment, Noelle quickly moves on to the next photo. This would be so hard. To have like grandparents in a different country, you don't really know them or see them. It looks old. A swarm of children are building a sand castle as a smiling adults look onto the background. This is me, Wang Ping, and Wang Zhong. Zhong, right? Zhong? I'm sorry if I said it wrong. I know the ZHs, it's the Z sound. I'm not good at it. I think it's Zhong. Wang Ping and Wang Zhong are my older cousins. They are my uncle's children. Wang Zhong's working right now. Too bad Wang Ping is traveling right now, or else we could have hung out. Where's he visiting? Japan! Japan! It's his honeymoon! Japan, we're in Japan! Tell me! Honeymoon, did he get married? Yes, a month ago. Oh, I had no idea. In the picture, the people behind us is Juju, Agong. Yeah, Juju, right? Yeah, Juju, Agong, and Amma. We didn't know it, but that weekend was our last one with Amma. That's sad. I can't help but feel jealous that they had any weekends together. This is lonely. This is lonely, ne? Like she's looking at a more connected version of herself or something. Noelle. She have all this like family time, getting knowing the family, and then feeling like this is not my family. I don't even know these people, or like I didn't know so-and-so got married, and you know, like this kind of a big space in between her family and her. It feels sad. While she was spending every Saturday with her cousins and grandparents, I was at school struggling to learn an entire language so I could even begin to communicate with them. Chunghua reluctantly gestures to the last photo, which she was clearly saving for last. And this one is... Oh, yeah, Chunghua, what's up, girl? And this one is of me with all my anime figures. What anime figures you got? Let me see it. Haha. Oh, so this is what she meant by nerdy. Yeah, Noelle is kind of no fun with this name. It's alright, I have a good friend who's interested in this sort of thing, too. Really? And she's American? Yes. She sounds cool. I want to meet her. Yeah. You do? When Noelle turns away from her photos, Chunghua points to a framed certificate hanging on the wall behind her. You should look at this award too. It's your mom's. What, really? Yeah, in college she won a bunch of poetry contests. Mama do poetry? That's so hard to imagine this kind of person doing poetry, right? It feels like I don't know, there's like a certain gentleness of heart when I think of poetry or something. Like pulling out feeling and sticking it on a page and having people read it. This woman in front of us now, Mama, feels not like that. You know what I mean? It's even in the newspaper. That's good, yo. I had no idea. It's going to sound extremely mean, but I never suspected my mom had any sort of creative talent. Yeah, I kind of got that vibe. That was a meaner way of what I was going to say. But not just that. There's a vulnerability in doing, I think, any kind of art. And I just don't see this person wanting to be vulnerable like that. You know? I wonder if she, like, does poetry still and, like, puts it in a notebook and, like, hides it somewhere. That makes me feel sad. All I've ever known of her is a strict, closed-minded housewife. That's also sad, too. Like, you don't even know your own mom kind of feeling. Here, you should read her things. She's very skilled. Jun-Seo pulls a magazine out from a cabinet and flips it open to a page of poetry. I want to read. See what I mean? Some people just have a way with words. It's a big waste she quit. I guess there wasn't enough reason to keep doing it over in America. That's sad, though. Noelle stares blankly at her mom's poem. I can't read any of it. Oh. This is sad, yo! This is so sad! There's this, like, really gap feeling, right? That I think I never really appreciated. A lot of people have this kind of feeling, I think, you know? Girl, I'm getting so caught up in the freaking story that we went a little long, but that's okay. So next time we will continue the story of Noelle. It's very interesting. I really like it. I do. It's made me think about a lot of things, and I mean, this whole game has in a lot of ways, but it makes me appreciate Noelle more, and it's interesting to listen. It's interesting to learn more about the parents, especially the mom. It's very interesting. Yes, giving the mom a little bit more depth too is interesting. So, until I see what I see you next, remember to be kind to others, especially yourself. Take care, and I'll see you later. Okay, bye-bye!